All right, so here we go with some squid dissection stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and look at two of them. You'll only be dissecting one. So when you take a look at the squid, there is a ventral side or a belly side and a dorsal side, also an anterior and posterior. So anterior would be over here, obviously near the head, and then posterior would be over here, away from the head. First thing I want you to look for is the siphon. You can pinch it. I don't know if you can see that there. A little opening there, like so. This would be your ventral side. This will be the side that we're cutting it on. On the opposite side, you're gonna see this little point right here, and this point is the pen. You can't see the rest of it because it's on the inside, but that is the pen right there. We can see it on this one as well. Again, we got a pen here. We flip it over to the other side, and we have our siphon. So right there, so you can see a little opening for the siphon. Okay, cool. Just some outside stuff here. You have the fins, which are used for changing direction quickly for the squid. All these little freckles that you see are chromatophores, which are going to be used for camouflage and communication. The tentacles have fallen off, but you can kind of see, like, well, the ends have fallen off, but you can kind of see these long ones here, and you may not see them, but you won't see any suckers on them. That's the key, that this is was the tentacle. It's missing the pad at the end, but notice again there are no suckers on this. Now that's different than an arm here, so you can see all these tiny little suckers all over the arm. So it has 8 arms. Why does it belong to class Cephalopoda? It's because its muscular foot has been converted into arms. Over here we see the eye, which is going to be used to form complex images. And then any other external anatomy we need to take a look at. That's pretty much it for external anatomy that you're going to need. Now, as far as opening it up, just take your dissection scissors, and probably the most important part is you're going to need to pinch this, and you can kind of see it in the video that it pops it up like a little tent. Make sure that you're not dissecting on the ventral, so you almost need to kind of make sure that you kind of get your squid just straight up and down, and then lay the pen down. That's that little spike. And really, your ventral side, or your siphon side, should be pointing at you or up. So again, just pinch. You can see it lift up a little bit. Take your scissors, and then I need you to cut all the way to the very top. So you can just snip. And again, just go to the very, very tip top, and then we're gonna open it up. Doesn't matter if it's a little crooked. Right away we can see that the gonads, again, the gonads are way up here. Careful not to look right here, because some people, they see something white right in the middle and automatically they think nidamental glands. Look at the very top. So the very top here is white or opaque in color. It's not clear, you can't see through it. So this is a male. Take your pen, or sorry, your needle, and then kind of fish here on the side a little bit, and you'll be able to drag out the gills. So like here's one set of gills, and here's another. Now there might be septa, kind of like in the earthworm, that you need to detach, and just kind of leave your gills at 45-degree angles. Now in order to find the hearts, just follow the gills and the heart will be right there. It looks like a little booger. In the females a little harder, but same concept. Follow the gills, and right here at the very end you will see the hearts. Again, they look like little boogers. So the function of the gonad is to produce sperm. In this case, if it was a female, it would produce eggs. Over here we have the ink sac, which is going to be used for defensive purposes and to elude predators. You have your gills, which is used for gas exchange, absorbing oxygen, releasing CO2. This is the mantle. Obviously the mantle, like I said, is on the other side as well. But this is used to house and protect the internal organs. Down over here, so here on the side, okay, this is kind of hard to see in a 2D image, but this right here, this is the retractor muscle, and this is what is going to move, like it pulls and moves the siphon and the head. So there's actually two retractor muscles. Let's just call them retractor muscles. One is specifically for the siphon, and the other one is specifically for the head. All right, siphon. It is used for jet propulsion. Basically, the mantle fills up with water and then squeezes really hard, sending it out of the siphon. So here, I'm going to go through this side. And you'll see the needle. Unfortunately, it's curved. Actually, here, I'm probably better with the scissors. And then you can see it pop out of the siphon, see? So again, it's forcing water out of the mantle through this side and then out there. Now, as far as cutting the buccal bulb and seeing the beak, don't be shy. Get your scissors right, so like basically aim right for the mouth underneath. Okay, put your scissors in and cut, okay? You're gonna go right between the eyes. And if you spread this out a little bit, see, you can already see the buccal bulb. See, wasn't scared, just went right in there. There it is. Now you can take your tweezers or your hand. You can grab this, and there's gonna be septa. So I'm gonna kind of try to bring it up here. See how there's septa around it? Like, use your tweezers to kind of tear that. And then you'll see it loosen up. Okay, eventually it'll loosen up enough where you can wiggle it. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And you'll be able to see the esophagus. So that's this line. I'm trying to get it right there. Try not to tear it. Again, don't yank so hard that you're going to tear the esophagus out. And the esophagus is going to connect the buccal bulb over to the stomach. Now, if you pinch just right, it'll cause the beak to pop out a little bit. Just grab your tweezers. It's hard. You'll feel it. And then just yank that guy right out. And there you go. See a little piece of the beak. And just leave it off to the side. There's a bottom part. Again, you'll feel it. It's a little black part. Just grab your tweezers, yank it out, check it out. Bottom part of the beak. Pretty cool. All right, then you're ready to get tested. So again, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Again, I'm gonna run through stuff very quickly again. So let's start off on the outside. So I'm gonna flip this over. You have the mantle, it's also on the other side, used to house the organs and protect them. You have the fins, which are used to change directions quickly. You have the chromatophores, which are used to change color for camouflage and communication. Over here, you have the eyes used to form complex images. You have tentacles, like some of them may break off. Know the difference between the tentacles and the arms. Tentacles have suckers at the end. Arms have suckers from top to bottom. Let's flip it over to the other side. On the other side, you have gonads up. Oops, got my beak in there. You have gonads up near the very top. If they're completely white, then they are male and they produce sperm. If they are sort of yellow but see-through, then it's a female and it's going to produce eggs. Right here in the male, it's easy to see sort of this little booger structure. That is the heart. Easiest way to find it, follow the gill, and it will lead you to the hearts in the male and the female. The gills are responsible for extracting oxygen, or you could say gas exchange, okay? But really it's extracting oxygen and removing CO2. You have your ink sac right here, again, used for defensive purposes to elude predators. Here you have your retractor muscles that are going to be in charge for moving the siphon and the head. You have your siphon, which is used for jet propulsion. Water is squeezed out the mantle and forced out the siphon. Then you have your buccal bulb, which housed the beak, which I took out. And then you have your esophagus, that line right there, which is connecting the buccal bulb to the stomach. Now, if I tug on it, watch. See, if I tug on it, you're gonna see the stomach move up top. You can kind of see it in there. See, it's tugging right at the middle. And that's pretty much it for the squid dissection. Like, once you pop open the buccal bulb, one of the eyes might fall out. You can go ahead and remove that. So there's the squid eye, a little gross, I know. It has ruptured, which means that it's leaking eye juice all over me. Okay. Obviously people want to pop open the ink sac. Just be careful with it because it does get all over the place. So you can take a little bit of the ink sac. See, like it just kind of gets all over the place. Okay, squidding. Don't get it on you, or don't put it on your paper because it will smell. like dead squid. A couple other people want to know what is this yellow stuff? It's digestive glands. This thing over here is something called the vas deferens. Don't need to know that, but it's only because like some of them it's kind of hard to see, so I don't really bother with it. I'm gonna try to see. I don't know if I have a female here, and then if not, I'll show you what the pen looks like. I'm just gonna this here. I'm gonna start cutting. And then if I don't have a female, I'll just show you what the pen looks like. Yeah, it looks like another male. Yeah, okay, that's just another male there. All right, easiest way to see the pen. You clear out all the organs. You yank out the head. So check this out. Remember that little thing that was sticking out right here? This part right here? This is why it's so hard, look, like it's so hard to see it, right? This gives the squid support and structure. Actually, it looks like a little piece of plastic right there. So this is the pen, this is what the pen looks like. So let's take it out of this one here real quick. And normally you just take this, hold this, pull up all the organs. See, like right here, it's really hard to see the pen. But again, if you take that little spike at the bottom, and just pull it out just a little bit. Let's see if I can keep it intact. It's kind of hard to keep the pen intact. There it is. There is the pen used for structure and support.